Welcome back to the Light Pole Podcast, everybody, or I should say, the Late Light Pole Show. All right, and I'm your host, Joey, and of course, we have our co-hosts, Kyler and Wiley, and somebody's missing from the screen, and that's who we're going to be interviewing today. And today, he is a very special guest. All right, everybody, traveled very far to be with us here today. You may know him by his skills as a pianist, or his Oscar-winning acting as The Rock.
Hello.
I might add. His body is incredibly fast when it comes to producing urine. And the ladies love the birthmark for who knows, but it's a fact. They do love it. Background, our very own Darrien. Darrien, please come in. Everybody.
Oh my God. Did you
Oh my goodness.
Did you buy those glasses just for this? Or did you already have
been
them?
had those. He's been
I
had
honestly
those.
did not expect you to dress like this. Hello, Darrien. How's it going? How you you travel far, man. How you feeling?
I'm doing all right. You know what I'm saying? The green room was pretty fire back there. They had a bunch of Mentos. I don't know if that was a sign of something, but that's pretty nice.
You have a strange accent. Where are you from?
Born and raised in Scotland. It's in the hills of Worcestershire.
And where's that located?
It's not in Scotland.
It is in Scotland. How are you gonna tell me? It's right down the road. I'm not lying. I promise. It's a Scottish brogue. You can't hear it. Well, if this isn't a sign of things to come in this interview, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. True
We're
words
not
have
even
never
30
been
seconds
spoken.
in, so yeah. Anywho, we're gonna cut to the chase. All right, Darren. We want to know all about you. All right. Gonna get a little personal. Gonna get a little funny. We're gonna go on tangents. You should be. All right.
Oh, goodness.
And I'm gonna give the privilege to Kyler to lead us into the first question. Your pick, whatever question you want.
My pick. Ooh, okay. So maybe we jump around a little bit today. Maybe we go a little all over. We have a ton of listeners' questions. So
Lordy.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to all of them because
I'd say
There's
we
a
can
lot.
do
I
like
think-
the entire episode just off of listener questions.
I think
no.
we know who the favorite
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, so
He's nervous.
I know. I am nervous.
let's
Here's
see.
your water. We got you some water. It's right behind you.
Thank you.
Well, you know what? Actually, seeing as how we started with the Scottish brogue, why don't we go with the question? I'm not sure who asked it, but what made you start doing all of these accents and impressions, and when did you start?
Oh, man.
Question.
So the accents I have been doing forever since I was a little kid. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, I posted a story a couple weeks ago of me in that play when I was walking around in the leather pants and all that stuff. And you hear me doing like a little British accent. And I was only like 9 years old at that time. So even at that time, I was messing around doing those. But then I kind of like graduated into other accents and stuff like that as the years went on, because I would see these people doing all these cool accents and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I need to like expand. I thought it was the funniest thing. If you could go from Irish to Scottish to English to Indian to, I can't do Asian.
Wakandan.
Yes, Wakandan, all of them, you know? So that's pretty cool. With impressions, it's tough because I don't have, contrary to popular belief, I don't have a deep timbre in my voice. So it limits the amount of impressions that I can do. I wish I was able to do more, like Morgan Freeman and all those cool people, but I can't. So I do who I can do.
You can do Terrence Howard though, so I mean that's
Exactly. And those, it doesn't even sound like him, but once I tell you it's him, you know who it is.
oh man.
just-
I always remember.
Just go ahead for the listeners. Just do a little Terrence Howard for us.
Now, Tony, turn around. Tony ain't got the Jebediah thing. Tony got to using the sonar thing. What am I doing? I can't do that. It's going to the public.
Spot on, man. Spot
Okay,
on.
for those who don't know who, yeah, everyone knows who Terrence Howard is from Iron
Everyone
Man
knows who
1.
Terrence Howard is,
Yeah, you guys all know.
I always remember when we went to the Big E a few years ago. We walked into the Yogibo store,
Oh,
and there was a lady there. And as soon as
Yep.
we walked in, Darrien just adopted this British persona, and he was just speaking with a British accent. And the lady working there looked to her coworker, and she was like, "Oh my God, he's British."
Yep.
And I was standing behind Darren looking at her, and I was like, no, he's
Yeah,
not.
I remember that too. Those are the West Parks.
So it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was. Just having fun, just walking in there doing like an accent like that, and then seeing how long I can get away with it. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Is it
Now,
my
seeing
turn?
that accents is,
Never mind.
I'll just transition. Now, seeing that accents is one of your talents. Do you have any other talents?
Okay, so my talents, I play piano. That's probably the only legitimate talent that I
Mhm.
have.
Of course.
I started when I was 9 years old, because you know how in elementary school you have to do an instrument usually starting in like
Yeah.
third grade.
Mm.
Well, I did clarinet, and I was like, this is
I
this
did
is
drums.
whack. Yeah, drums is even cooler, but clarinet, I was like,
I should've done
Not
drums.
guitar. Yeah, I did guitar.
not going anywhere with this. So in 5th grade, they started a keyboard program, and I did that, and I like loved it. So we bought a keyboard, and then I started playing piano and all that stuff. But besides that, I mean, I can do Rubik's cubes. It's a useless talent that I
Let's,
have. I can say the alphabet backwards.
Speaking
I mean-
of that, let's transition into a question that I had. Now,
Oh,
us as your friends, well, hello there. Yeah, well, yeah.
I wonder.
I'll just type this out real quick.
We'll put a light pole podcast logo just
Yeah,
floating
right.
over.
Red follows are in.
Babe, I told you I don't know where his boot is. It's not here. It's in the front somewhere.
All right,
In
we'll
the
just cut
bathroom.
this out.
Check the bathroom.
It's over there.
See you right
Oh,
there,
he threw
Joe.
it under the.
How
I
you
didn't even
been?
see it. He has boots that light up and he loves them.
Aw.
Okay. Transitioning back into let me see. Okay, yeah. So transitioning off of that you said about Rubik's cubes. Now, us as your friends, we know this, but many of the viewers may not. You tend to have weird obsessions with certain things or objects or learning how to do something. So can you explain some of those different obsessions and what like goes on in your head that you're like, I have to do this?
So I have a very obsessive personality in general with hobbies and stuff like that. And I think the main goal of whenever I start something new is just to be better than the average person at whatever it is. So for example, when I was in college, I did ping pong and I loved it. It was so much fun. But instead of just
became his life.
yeah,
And so
For
did
like
Instead
Pool.
of-
2 years.
He bought
did Pool.
what was it, like Betty or Bertha or
Lucille.
something? Lucille, there you go.
Lucille. Like, Lucille. Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, like
I-
the Fresh Prince. Yeah.
Exactly. So at school, I would practice every day, ping pong and pool and stuff like that, just to the point where I could beat the average person. If I'm at a party or something, there's a ping pong table, I'm going to stay on it all night. Or if there's a pool table, I'm going to stay on it all night. If I'm playing against people who are just casual. Same thing with the Rubik's Cubes. When I worked at the daycare, one of the kids came in with a 3x3, which is, I brought them out. It's just your normal Rubik's Cube. And I was like, okay, you know what? If he was like 7 and he knew how to solve it. So I was like, this is everyone's life goal to know how to solve a Rubik's Cube. It can't be that hard. Or maybe it's just my life goal. I don't know. I didn't mean to assume that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
Yeah, I'm sorry.
on too
I'm
many
pretty
people's
sure.
bucket list.
I'm pretty sure everyone has said, "I wish I could do a Rubik's cube."
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I looked up a bunch of videos on how to solve it and whatnot, and then I figured out, how to solve it. And then I was like, well, I need to go a little bit above and beyond. So I learned how to do the smaller one, which is the 2x2, which most people don't even see. And then I did the bigger one, which is the 4x4. Learn how to solve that one. And then there's the Rubik's Cube based on shapes instead of colors, which is called the Mirror Cube. This one's easily the hardest one.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that was
it's
giving me a
wild.
headache just looking at it.
Yeah.
Nobody walks around with this, so that's just one of those nerdy things that I do. But yeah, whenever it just comes to that stuff, I have a very obsessive personality with whether it's reading or anything like that. I want to go all in until I'm gassed out.
And then when he's gassed out,
He's
it's
gassed out.
It's
Like,
hard. Like
yeah, like he
Give it
doesn't want
up.
to hear about it. He doesn't want to touch it ever again. He doesn't care at all.
He starts dry heaving.
No, it's not. It's not all that. I haven't touched the ping pong paddle in 2 years.
You
honestly.
see?
I was just
You
about to
see?
ask,
Yeah,
yeah.
look,
Yeah.
see?
Yep.
Now, one of your
So-
obsessions is also colognes.
Yes.
I think you gave a sneak peek into your cabinet a while ago
Yeah,
I think
in
I
one of the
posted
during one of the
Yeah.
episodes.
Picture.
Yeah.
I think you showed a picture.
Yeah. So colognes is more just a personal hobby because I don't walk around smelling like Burt Reynolds in the 80s. Like I'm not like drenched in cologne.
Have you met Burt Reynolds in the 80s?
Nah, but he
Did you
looked like
smell
he
him?
smelled like Sex Panther. Like it was just
From Anchorman.
Oh,
yeah, he was just oozing all that.
He's like in the
60% of the time it works every
Smells
time.
like gasoline.
Yeah, like gasoline.
Oh,
or like
Oh,
in
no.
that Friends episode where he's like ombre. He's
Yeah.
spraying.
When it comes to cologne, I enjoy all the different fragrances that there are, and not just the ones that you find in Macy's and stuff like that, but like the super expensive ones that I'll buy like samples of, or like all natural ones, stuff like that. I love smelling different colognes. I don't know where that started. I mean, I've always liked owning colognes, but to this extent, I think it's when quarantine started.
You don't know where that started?
No, you know, please.
Kyler, would you like to
Oh, was it
explain?
from Kyler?
Me and Kyler know very well going to Target with Darrien and what the first
Oh,
eye
well,
we
yeah,
got.
that's always been a thing.
You're right.
Yeah.
I have always been addicted to fragrances in general.
Yeah, every time we would go to Target when we were kids, which
Or any store.
sounds like we went like all the time.
Any
but-
store, Walmart, Target,
yeah, anytime
anywhere.
we would just roam around Target as
Yeah.
children. But yeah, no, anytime like we were with our parents or whatever, and we'd go off on our own, and Darren would always make his way over to like the shampoo, body wash, all those that whole area, deodorant, and he
Yep.
would just smell everything all the time.
So
that was all he
weird.
wanted to do. I wanted to go. Oh,
You're so
and
right,
You know
dude.
what? We would always want to go to like the electronics section, but
And Darren
re-
was like, I'm going to shampoo.
flat out refused
Yeah.
to go
Okay,
Huh,
because
interesting.
because
there's so
As a
many
kid.
different brands of deodorant and of shampoo and body wash that you just want to
that's
take
not
them
what
all
we're
off.
talking about
No.
anymore.
As a
Oh, the
kid.
movie section. No.
No,
That's what
oh
you're
yeah,
talking
that's
about?
true. Oh, I forgot about that. I was talking
That's
about
what
like
I was talking about.
I was talking about
Yeah.
like as a kid, the first thing you want to go to is like the toy section or electronic section, video
Mm-hmm.
games, toys. And Darian's over there. Nah, I'm gonna go smell this deodorant. Like what? Like, what?
On the way there in every Target, you should pass by the. Yeah, I'll open up the deodorant and then take off the little plastic thing that's covered it, and then get a good whiff of like cedar wood and vanilla or whatever it is. Tap it and put it back. Same with
Darren's
body
always
washes.
been an oddball, man.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, I really have. But the thing is, whatever, like, I don't mind if it's weird. Like, I'm gonna stick to it because that's
It's the
just.
first time I found out about this.
Really?
What?
What?
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
you've
You've never heard about that?
No, his little obsession. No, not.
Oh
That's
yeah,
wild.
no, that was.
I guess
that was
yeah,
a
yeah.
huge thing.
That was
I
like
think
since you were like 8, Darian.
That goes really far
Yeah.
back, yeah.
Wow.
And for those wondering, when we dropped the movie section thing, I don't go into
Okay.
movie sections of
Any
any store. When I was younger, there was this horror movie involving a murderous
Chucky.
possessed doll. Okay, we don't need to say the name.
It's Chucky.
And this doll scared the living daylights out of me. And it just seemed like every time I went out, there was something that would have him on. And I don't understand. We would be flipping the channel back when you didn't have guide and you had to actually flip. And I would be closing my eyes because I didn't want to see it while my parents were flipping through. And I just look up randomly and it'd be there. That was my luck. So I stayed away from movie sections in Walmart, Target, since I was a
What
8 or
initiated
9.
it? It was like on in like the middle of the night, and you woke up, right, or something. Like
yeah, I
that?
think he like
Something like that,
Yeah.
dude.
he saw like a trailer for it or something.
Or maybe,
I mean, none of
yeah.
us ever watched the movie.
Nah, never watched.
But Darrien, for some reason, just had this phobia just from seeing
For
like
some
a cover.
reason, it's a murderous doll with
I
like stitches and a
literally-
knife. What do you mean?
It literally doesn't.
terrifying.
It doesn't scare me. I don't know.
To this day, I don't like looking at it. It doesn't like I'm not gonna fall over if I see it, but it's like I don't want to look
You
at
just
it.
can't look at it.
Yeah, no, that's just some creepy stuff. One time we were in the movie theater in Melvin. We're walking out, me and Jossie. We saw some like kids movie, and they had a big poster of the new doll movie coming out. And Melvin, knowing that I had this fear, and knowing that I would get nightmares from it, he's like, "D, look at that. That's that. I think you'll like that." And I look up, and it's this huge thing, and I was like, "What?" I was crying. I was like, "Why would you do that? Why would you point it out?" I hated that, dude. It messed up my day. Yeah.
I like it.
Oh man.
Dead air.
Okay,
Yes.
so I think
Okay.
it's my turn. then,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, changing pace a little bit, switching gears. We all know, you mentioned it a lot on the podcast, that you like to listen to a lot of different types of podcasts yourself, interesting people that you enjoy listening to, their ideas, stuff like that. You got all the people on the Joe Rogan podcast. You listen to the Neil deGrasse Tyson, all of his stuff.
Oh yeah.
Just examples, but if there were two people in the world currently, not dead or people who've been alive
today.
centuries ago or whatever, live today, which two people would you choose to sit down and have a conversation with?
Anybody famous?
Anybody in the world.
Anybody in the world.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't have to be.
If I could
famous.
Sway?
No, I don't know. I don't want to be joking Shui. I can't even talk to this Chinese. If I could meet
Okay, well, let's say that there's a
able to
translator. So
communicate.
even if it is
Yeah.
someone from a different nationality or someone that you wouldn't
Okay.
normally be able to have a conversation with, there's a translator there.
I'd love to meet Christopher Nolan. I would love to have a conversation with him, just breaking down some of the craziest movies. And then if I had to, darn it, I would love to meet Frank Sinatra, but he's dead, so that doesn't count.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson has so much content out there that it feels like any question I have.
It feels
that I
like
would
you've
ask
already
in
met
person,
him, probably. Right?
He's already said it.
You've already had 100 conversations with him.
Yeah, just the other day, he literally posted a video saying, "What if the Earth stopped moving for 7 seconds?" Who thinks of that? And like, what would happen to everything? And it
Everything
was
would
like,
go
so cool.
flying.
Yeah, because we move so fast.
Yeah,
But
inertia.
I never thought about that. If I could meet any other person though, that's kind of tough, man. Maybe singer Frank Ocean. I'd love to meet. That dude seems like he has some trauma.
Joey.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Take your
don't
time,
know.
take your time. We'll come back to that. We'll come back.
We'll
to
come
that.
back. Yeah, I don't know if I can come up with a second.
Okay, think about it.
Anyways, like I mentioned, or as we were talking about, you were a very professional and very well-known actor in your youth, Darrien, and we want to know how did it feel to play as you are dressed now, The Rock?
Who wants to know that? Who wants to know who is criticizing my thespian art back in
audience.
third
I'll tell you
grade?
right now.
Criticizing.
It's Aquafina.
Okay, see, adrenalina. Back in third grade. You know what? I'm gonna explain to the.
I didn't even notice,
listeners.
but as my girl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna explain why I got the position of a rock in the Jungle Book, because
It's a respected role.
yeah, we
Mm.
in third grade we did the auditions for the Jungle Book, and we had to go up and sing in front of 3 teachers so they could see how we sang.
I
how we danced, that
remember
kind of
those
stuff.
auditions. Oh, that was
Yeah.
the worst.
It was.
That's got to be super cringe.
It is.
Yeah, at
It's
like 7
terrible.
years old, dude, I was
Oh
shook.
man,
I was chunky. I was like sweating. It was a lot. So
I want to talk sweating. like you.
so I go up and they're like, all right, everyone's singing.
Darren
Happy
just walks
Birthday.
in, he's hyperventilating. he's just so sweaty.
So these people. This is what I go through, guys. Everyone's just laughing at me. I wasn't fit as a child. Okay, it took a
The
lot.
door open. He's like,
I wasn't that big. I wasn't obese. I was chunky. Okay, it wasn't the quad. Okay, so the song everyone has to sing. This is for the listeners. You know what? Forget you guys.
Go ahead, continue.
The song
Go for it.
everyone had to sing was "Happy Birthday," and I was like, oh, this is my JW movie moment. I'm not gonna sing that. So I'm like, okay. I go up there and I'm like, I will not be singing Happy Birthday today. I will be singing The Bare Necessities. Okay. Because I was like, it's the Jungle Book. They're gonna like it. This kid did something different and he like put a foot forward and sang one of the songs from the play. Look at that, he knows it. I forgot the words to The Bare Necessities. so I started and I'm like, it's the bare necessities, the bare necessities. It's the bare necessities. I repeated it 3 times.
So they immediately gave you a part that can't speak.
They said, all right, this kid's, I mean, there's either a chromosome loose or
No.
something that goes back far in his family of 2 people. I don't know. So yeah. So on the wall outside.
He said, line.
Wasn't all that. So outside the auditorium, there was a listing of all the spots for the play. And I'm like, I go right to Mowgli and I'm like, I hit it. I'm going Mowgli. Not Mowgli. They gave Mowgli to a girl. I remember Kyle O'Donnell. So I go down and I'm like, maybe Baloo. I'm a little chunky. Maybe they think I'll be the bear. Cool. Nope, not him. The Panther, Bagheera, nope. And then I'm like, oh, rock number 3. Okay. we're hitting it big today.
Not even rock number 1. Oof.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Rock number 3.
man.
Oh,
That story was so much better than I remember it being.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh.
definitely.
Figured it was time that people knew why I was a rock.
Man. Okay, so since we're talking about
and
about
then your big moment got ruined because Wiley barfed all over the
Yeah, we discussed that one.
yeah,
I was supposed to
Oh my
shine
God.
that day.
Poor thing.
I saved you of the embarrassment.
Thank you.
Man, all I remember is afterward going back to your place and your mom had all these balloons and stuff to celebrate your big Hollywood break, and we just sucked the helium out of all of them, and we were talking like Alvin and the Chipmunks.
3 little birds sitting on my window.
Okay.
just keep it rolling.
All right, let's keep it going. All
Yeah, we
right.
can cut
Speaking
that
of
part
chunky little Darrien, let's bring it all the way back to your childhood. Where did you grow up, Darrien? Where did you grow
Oh
up?
man. So I grew up rough and trouble on welfare, is in the hood, straight in the middle. It was a struggle from day one, honestly.
In
Nah, I grew up-
suburbia.
Yeah, in the suburbs, in the middle of Bristol. Nice, quiet neighborhood with a trampoline, a pool, and a dog. It was very nice.
Basketball hoop.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up up here in Bristol. Went to elementary school in Waterbury, and then middle and high school in Bristol.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey, you've lived in the same house your entire life. You were born and raised in that house.
Yeah, my parents bought it in '93, and I was, or did they get it in '95? I don't know. And then I was born in '97, so I've been here literally since day one.
Dang, you and Jace. That's rare.
I know everyone I know who's moved around a bunch of times.
I've moved like easily like 20 times. It's
Yeah.
so annoying. I hate it so much.
Kyler,
I
you.
moved when I got married.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're only once.
I lived with my grandparents for a year, my parents and I, and then
And
Well,
then
that
Your
was like when I
family
was
never
born.
moved.
in
Yeah,
the
after that.
apartment, you move from in the same building. You move from.
we moved floors,
Yeah.
if that counts, but it's still in the same building.
I mean, you still go through all the hassle of moving stuff. It's still
Yeah. It was pretty.
That's the
annoying.
part that sucks. If you're gonna go through all that stuff, you might as well like just
Change
leave.
location,
We just had to go
man.
down a floor.
I did that here. I was on the 3rd floor. I had to go to the 1st. Ugh, it was the worst.
Oh man, I'm still crying.
At least it wasn't backwards. That would have sucked even more.
First
Yeah,
to the
that would have
third.
been even worse.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways,
I think it's
continue with you growing
try
up.
this.
What was your best
Oh,
and worst subjects in school? Sorry.
Oh man. I've always been like kind of a book smart kind of kid. Never like genius level or anything like that. But
No, we know.
okay, thank you for that.
It shows. It shows. You
for-
didn't need to say it.
Thank you for confirming that. But like AP level like that, where you're not dumb, but I wasn't valedictorian or anything like that. My best subjects were probably Probably math. Algebra like makes sense.
Math?
I was terrible at geometry.
Square feet
But-
big, and math was your.
Okay, English wasn't. English was not my best subject. Okay,
Square
Doesn't have
feet
to
is
do with-
math though.
that doesn't have to. That was the wrong
Oh,
syntax.
man. Geometry was like the easiest part of math for me. It's just
I
shapes.
Geometry
was-
was really easy.
Terrible at geometry. It made no sense to me. Sine and cosine. When math starts
Interesting.
going into hypotheticals or stuff that you have to put in a calculator to get the answer to, like that, it doesn't work for me. Algebra is there's an equation. This is how you solve it. You just need to do these and these steps. It all makes sense to me. And then I was pretty good at science too. That's why I went for nursing originally because I enjoyed that kind of stuff at the beginning.
How many times did you change your major?
Just once, nursing to business.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah. That's why I
After-
still
There was, like,
finished on time.
after your
Two or
first
three
year,
more
right?
in there.
Yeah. I switched early enough that I didn't mess anything up. And most of the classes I took my first year transferred perfectly fine to business. They were like gen eds and stuff. So
Got you.
Hmm.
That's cool. I think
Yeah.
I remember sitting with you one day in your classes.
my psychology class, I remember that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
we played
good
ping
times.
ping pong and pool.
And pool, yeah.
Yeah.
CCS.
So speaking of your majors in high school, we just said that you went originally for nursing and graduated with business. But what was it that you wanted to be when you were a kid growing up?
So my third grade, not my third grade yearbook, but there was a project we did in third grade, and it was answer all the questions about you right now in life and what you want to be in 10 years when you grow up. And I said I wanted to be a preacher and an NBA basketball player. I, at that age, didn't know what a preacher was. You know, now,
You thought
Now
it was
when
just
you
like
just threw a
preaching.
word out there.
Yeah, you
I thought it was preaching, pioneer, that kind of stuff. Now preacher is associated with, how long are we going to spend being bitter instead of better? Like that kind of stuff,
Come on, dude.
Sorry.
Yeah,
But,
Carla sniffing his drink again. Come on.
I got it. We're good. You didn't realize what a preacher meant.
No, I didn't. I meant pioneer, that kind of thing, but I was like really young. And I still play basketball to this day, but obviously I was never like team caliber, NBA caliber, anything like that. I'm just your average. But yeah, that was pretty much, even when I graduated high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. It's kind of tough,
It's
I think
tough.
anybody does.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know. What I
kind
do
of
right
hard.
now is not what I want to do. So
Most people don't
That's
find
life.
their career until they're like 30.
yeah, I mean, if I could do what I wanted to do, like my ideal job would be a movie critic. That to me would be like the combine, like writing the actual reviews and all that stuff, watching my favorite movies and dissecting them. That's like, it'd be amazing,
I like that. That's
I
cool.
think all of us would really enjoy a job like that.
Yeah.
right? Wouldn't
I
that
mean,
be
We
awesome?
get paid to watch movies.
mine are just
Or this.
mine is photography. Like if I can just be full time only photography, I would love that. Which
Yeah,
I
That'd
mean,
be awesome.
it could be down the road, but you never know.
Speaking
All
of
right.
movie critic, what if a new Chucky movie came out and they paid
See-
you $1 billion? Would you watch it?
How much
$1 billion.
to sit through the whole thing?
Let me go $1 million. Let me be more realistic. Say
Yeah,
you're like
it
the
was like,
top movie
what
critic.
studio's gonna
million?
pay $1
You
billion
want to be
dollars?
realistic? Then probably like 20 grand. That's probably what they pay you to watch it.
Okay, go ahead. You're
Yeah.
more realistic.
Oh man, that's tough. I was iffy at the million because of the amount of trauma the lasting trauma and therapy sessions.
You were
that
iffy
would
at
cause me.
$1 million, so he won't. You're gonna say no to 20.
And the crazy thing is, they rebooted the franchise, so there's new movies coming out, and I'm seeing. Yeah, anyway.
all right.
He doesn't want to keep going.
Anyway, now what is a pet peeve that you have? What's your biggest pet peeve?
Oh man, I get irritated pretty
Yeah, there's
quick
a
with
few.
small things. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get.
it's all few.
I go ahead.
Well,
Kyler.
you spoke earlier, was it 2 episodes ago about your road rage?
Oh,
Did you
Okay.
want to go into that?
Kinda
Kind of
though.
fizzled
A
out
little bit?
right?
so
Yeah.
I used to be when I first started driving. I don't know what it was because I had a hybrid Camry back then too. It's not like I was in like Vin
He
Diesel.
did.
I was in a Fast and Furious. I was in a Camry, but and a hybrid at that. It was silent at red lights. But I was a very angry driver when I first started driving, and I'd be like, people would just, because people are bad drivers. People in general are just really bad drivers, and it kills me
Especially in
seeing
New
this
England.
stuff. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
it's so annoying.
Suck.
And I think when around the time I got my Kia, my first one, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill. I'm not gonna like. It's not worth speeding. It's not worth doing any of that stuff to save 2 minutes on the road to like be swerving in and out. When I could just, if I get to a four-way stop, like let someone go before me or anything like that. So I've calmed down a lot with my road rage. Like I don't speed. I don't come to full stops though. That's whack. That's for like the lessers. If I see a stop sign, I'm rolling. I'm not gonna stop. But my pet peeves, I do have a lot, especially when gaming. I get really irritated with stuff.
I like that.
I hate when people chew and speak with their mouth full of food. That like, oh God, it irritates the
We all
crap out
can
of me.
agree with that.
Yeah,
Or chew with their mouth open.
or chew with their mouth, anything like that. It's just like
Yeah.
you learn not to do that in kindergarten. Why are we still doing it? Besides that, I don't like when people use big words to sound smart too, because then if I don't know the word, then I feel dumb, but I know I'm not dumb. It's just you use a ridiculously big word.
Just say you don't like Kyler. Just
Yeah,
say
but
you
isn't
don't
that
Shut
okay.
up.
Isn't that a bit Agatha-cacological?
Okay. See, Agatha Cacological was the word of the day 6 months ago. So he said it to me in a text once. And I was like, what did you call me? Like, who is Agatha Cacological? But anyway, I don't know. I can't really think of what.
I can't. You don't like people touching your face whatsoever or your hair.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Not even a finger. Not even a finger. Like he won't have it.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I've never been in a fight. I don't get angry with people in public.
No, it's just literally just.
That's
you
just
don't like
basic human
people-
decency.
Yeah.
Don't touch people's face.
Just don't
Why would
touch
you
my
do
face.
that?
And my hair is not like, I don't have like awesome hair that I could flip and stuff like that. It's like a rug. So if you do this, my hair is just like, it's like straight up.
Yeah. You'll
it's
break a finger
annoying.
before you move his hair.
Yeah, it's annoying when people will like try to go through it. Like, okay, it looks like you could put your hand through it. Please don't, because I'll look ridiculous after. So yeah, it's a good point, Joey.
Oh man.
Joey
Let's move
knows
on
you
to,
more than you know yourself.
I'm
Pretty
more
much.
I'm more positive, more positively. All right, I want you to think of this one. Think carefully. You only get one choice.
Oh Lord.
Your theme song. What song would be your theme song?
You know what? I was thinking this week, and I was like, what would be?
Watch it.
I would-
Mountains.
That's just a
No.
question you had pop in your head.
I was like, we're doing the interview this week. I feel like this is something that might come up. Oh yeah, I wrote it down. "Don't Stop Me Now" by Queen. I love that song, dude. And
Okay.
Oh,
Don't
Except for
stop
yeah,
me now.
because we're having a good time.
Having a good time. Having a
That's what
good
I'm saying.
time.
That song is just,
I like
it's
that song.
amazing, dude. Except for the ecstasy part. That was the 70s was a wild time. Everything else applies to me perfectly.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So, well, we just spoke about your pet peeves that you have that other people do, but what do you consider to be your most annoying habit?
Oh man, one thing I've consciously tried to fix is debating, because I find it fun to play devil's advocate or to try to be right, but
Even if you agree with what the person is saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Just for the sake of debate.
exactly. And I've met people who do that, and I've seen how irritating it is. So
You hate them?
yeah, I want to like sucker punch them in the throat. It's like, shut up, like that kind of thing. So I've consciously rolled that back. I very much will, if someone's wrong, I'll let them be wrong. Like, that kind of thing. Or I'm not going to, I don't know. If I'm going to play devil's
You're not
advocate,
gonna go back and forth.
I'll say, just to play devil's
For
advocate.
the, or
here,
for the sake of argument or something. Yeah.
Exactly. I'll make it clear. But I'm not going to like go back and forth and try to be the one that's like right at the end of the day. Because
Just for them to be like, all right, fine, and then you're like, but I agree with you originally.
He's literally done that before.
I
mean, real talk, I do agree with you, but I
Yeah,
just want to see what you
I
would
just want to
say.
see. Yeah.
different perspective. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what irritates people about me. I don't know.
Us about you?
Yeah, what do I do that irritates
So many
people?
things.
A turtleneck. I mean,
Oh.
oh, great.
Guys,
Just existing, like just existing is kind
I
of.
think for the people who don't know who I dressed up as today, it's The Rock.
For our listeners, it's a picture of The Rock from 1980.
Yeah, I don't have the
wearing a fanny pack and a
No.
Jerry curl.
If anyone does an 80s party, I'm telling you, I will go dressed up as The Rock with the chain and the fanny pack. So
It's a
Awesome.
pretty
Yeah.
cheap costume.
Yeah, I mean,
very cheap and it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
pure 80s.
Low budget.
moving on here. We've low key discussed sort of on previous episodes of the podcast, but what is an outrageous conspiracy theory that you think has a logical argument?
Oh man, Eesh, I gotta be careful where I go here.
Yeah.
Okay, I love conspiracy theories just because I like to see how creative people can be with the world. 97% of them are complete bull. Like they're not grounded in any reality or anything like that. But I love them. One, I think UFOs, maybe not aliens, but I think there's something that's in the air that no government knows what it is because it doesn't obey the laws of physics. And there's been plenty of sightings, and there's more coming out this week, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The government's releasing some of the declassified documents, so that's one thing I love.
They
to see.
said it's tough to explain. So
That they don't know how to explain it.
Mhm.
Things that can,
That's
one of the laws of
the whole
energy
point of
is
unidentified.
exactly.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's aliens. I don't think it's aliens or anything like that. I just don't know what it is, and I'd love to see actual video that doesn't look like it was recorded on a car phone from '89.
There's okay.
You know?
That is one thing with the amount of technology we have in today, right? You can
Yep.
catch anything in HD, but the two things that are always blurry are UFO sightings, no matter
And
when
Bigfoot.
they were taken. Well, Bigfoot, that's another thing, and then
Oh.
and also like bank robberies. Like, why don't they have better
Oh.
cameras or like
Yo-
store robberies? They're always
Yes.
so blurry. It
It's
makes
like
no
240p.
sense. Yeah. It's
We were
like
watching
playing
the news
8-bit.
yesterday.
It's like playing
Not
8-bit
lying.
video games. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Someone got their car stolen at this outside of this convenience store, and the News Channel 8 was like, we're not providing the footage, and if you've seen this before, and the thing looks like you literally can't even tell what kind of car is in the footage.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
like, how have we not in 2021 upgraded cameras? It's not hard. They're not super expensive.
It's
1080p
them.
is everywhere.
It's
GoPros,
them
that-
cheaping out. It's like them cheaping out for no reason. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But Bigfoot is another one that I think is real.
You see, I think that's absolute garbage.
I
There's been, how many documentaries and hunters, professional Bigfoot hunters are there out there?
okay.
Not a single piece of evidence. They all have their own Bigfoot call, and none of them are anywhere even remotely similar to each other.
I
It's
think
ridiculous. No,
people think
no.
they have
absolutely not.
knowledge of how to contact, the tribe or whatever of those animals that there are by, whatever calls they do or campouts or treks and stuff like that. And it's like, if you take all that out, I don't know how someone can say Bigfoot is 100% not real with the amount of woods and the amount of terrain there are out there where the sightings have been.
Why haven't we found a single piece of solid evidence? No.
I'm
No.
no Bigfoot expert, but I think
No,
I think that
I
one
have
could be
listened to
grounded in
plenty
reality.
and watched
That's my thing.
plenty. No.
Megalodon, I think, is still out there too, somewhere.
Oh yeah, anything in the
Could be.
ocean, I
Are you-
100% say is fair game because it's too big not to have ridiculous, crazy stuff in there.
That's my thing with Bigfoot. It's the same argument.
No, the land on Earth has been well explored enough, thoroughly enough that
we were just talking about the Amazon.
The
rainforest.
Amazon.
Not saying,
forest.
not saying that there's things out there that we don't know, but if there have been this many hundreds of thousands of people hunting for one specific creature, we would have found
But it's
something
usually
by it.
psychos. It's never like a reputable
Yes,
scientific
there
organization.
are entire channels dedicated to that. Documentaries, well-funded documentaries with actual legitimate scientists
I
that
refuse.
are paid for that specific purpose
I refuse.
by governments. There's nothing there.
9/11's
I'm
another one.
I'm just gonna cut off right here. All right,
ahead. We could go all day with
Yeah,
conspiracy.
here-
yeah,
we're
we
here
could.
for-
We really could.
for Darrien. We gotta remember we're here for Darrien.
Oh.
All right, let's pull back a little bit. Let's switch subjects. All right,
Bigfoot tangent.
somebody asked this question. It's a pretty cool question. All right, now take in consideration all your friends. You know, us, people outside the podcast, etc.
We're his only friends. It's okay.
Who would be the best fit for a superhero, whether it be a movie role or an actual superhero? But you can't just say, like, say for example, me, right? You can't say the Flash or Superman just because I like him. Why would you have to pick a superhero and be
That
a
fits
reasoning?
you.
Yeah, and there's
Did
a reason
Frank ask
behind
this
it.
question?
Yes, he did.
Yo, that sounds like a Frank question, dude. I knew it. I called that one. Oh man, if out of all my friends, who would
So let's
be
start
the
with us
best
here.
superhero?
Let's start with us here.
You have to assign us a superhero.
Yeah.
Out of all
Oh,
three of
shoot.
us, who would be the better fit to be a hero?
Oh no,
Oh.
Or he's just assigning all of us. one.
yeah. So
Oh, okay.
who would Wiley be
Oh,
as a
okay.
superhero?
And why? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, I see that.
Oh,
Who
that's
would be what
awesome.
and why?
I wish I had time to
That
think
is a
about
cool
this. I could
question.
have broken it down. Frank, really
Just-
good question.
There's a quick answer. Like knowing Wiley, who would he be?
That is a good
Okay.
question.
Knowing Kyler,
Okay, Kyler.
well, yeah, we'll start with Kyler. Sorry, because I immediately thought of Kyler.
Go ahead.
Knowing Kyler, I think I could see him as Bruce Wayne. A little bit tough on the martial arts and stuff like that. I don't know how coordinated Kyler would be with that kind of stuff.
Actually,
He has
I
jumped
can
off
be
the
pretty coordinated.
porch.
But maybe yeah. I feel like if
Oh
if,
yeah, Daredevil
backyard.
style.
Yeah,
That was
that's true.
awesome.
if that gets down, then I could see the rest of it. You know, you're a
Mhm.
smart dude. You have a good personality. I could see that going down.
I am very pleased with that answer. I'll take that.
Yeah. Let's see. If I was to go with, it could be from any DC Marvel. Doesn't have to just be DC.
Anybody, yeah. Any hero.
Okay. If I had to choose for Joey, you guys should have told me this before. I could have really broke this down. I could see Joey being the Flash because the witty moments I could see, but is the Flash like a super extrovert? I don't know the comics, but
Yeah, he's pretty out there.
okay. Well, you're not an introvert, so I could see you being the Flash. We'll stick with the Flash. And then for Wiley,
Which one?
True.
You mean
There's
between
like
Ezra
four.
Miller or Grant Gust?
No,
Barry
Barry
Allen, Wally
Allen,
West.
Wally West.
Well, Darren's
Oh.
not too familiar
He's
with
not.
all of them, so
I don't know the difference in their personalities. Just the Flash. And then Wiley, I could see you being Wolverine, bro. A little grump. A little dark. I could
That was the
absolutely-
last person I was expecting.
Yeah.
I could see you being
I
just
was
walking around
expecting-
angry all the time.
I was expecting like Deadpool because I'm always like stupid.
Oh, it could be Deadpool too. Yeah, it could be Deadpool for the,
I was
the
thinking Deathstroke.
sarcasm
Deathstroke,
and
yeah.
stuff.
But Deathstroke's not really a hero. He's more like a
I don't know much about Deathstroke either.
That's true.
Deadpool or Wolverine?
Deadpool would be the equivalent of Deathstroke, but in hero version. So
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good one. Deadpool because of the sarcasm and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Who
Okay,
would Jason-
cool. Wow, we
who would
actually
Ja-
got that
who would
done.
Jace be?
Jace. Oh my goodness. Blue Beetle. I don't know.
No, Blue Beetle's actually cool.
Blue Beetle actually is pretty cool. I like Blue Beetle.
I
he'll
don't
be
know.
Polka Dot Man.
Just take him off. It's
Or
awesome.
whoever Pete Davidson.
Whoever Pete Davidson is.
Freestyle guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. We actually got that one done.
We can give you more time to think about it, and if you have a change of heart, you can text us later.
Yeah, definitely.
True.
We can always come back and correct it later.
So I found this question actually really interesting because it's never one that I've considered, even for myself. If you can choose to be any other nationality, which one would it be? And to clarify, or to just throw it out there, we're all at least partly Puerto Rican.
I'm
so we're
100%.
Latinos.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Joey's Dominican, Puerto Rican.
Joey and French, apparently.
Apparently,
Yeah.
French. Yeah.
His grandfather's name is like Luigi. Just found out. I don't know.
It's not
It's
French.
Italian.
That's not French.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know, Pierre. That's French, right?
Cancelled.
Okay.
Canceled.
If I could be any culture other than
I'd like to
Puerto Rican.
specify that in the question, in parentheses, it says, I don't know if he will get canceled for this, LOL.
No, I'm gonna tiptoe around that one.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can do it in a nice way, in a politically
Yeah.
correct way, answer
without
the
insulting
question.
any. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure I can if I try. I think Japanese, dude.
I was
Japanese,
just about to say that.
yeah, because one, they have a rich history as a nation. Like it goes back so
Thousands.
far, thousands and thousands of years. Two, they have a super strong family unit, which is something that in Hispanic culture we have as well. American culture is not so big on that, but with Hispanic culture, you know, parents, that kind of stuff.
Family's important.
Yeah, and Japanese is very much like that too. Like you're not going to put your father and mother in a home or something like that. They're going to be with you. You're going to take care of them because they take care of you. That kind of thing. The food is amazing. So I would know how to cook some really good stuff because it'd be passed down generation to generation. Yeah, I think that's definitely Japanese.
Some pretty
Those are probably my
solid
top three
points.
reasons.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Right?
I really like that question. That was a good question. I
That's
don't
a
know
good
who asked
question.
that, but good for
That
you.
was I believe that was Jimmy J. That was
Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's a good question,
There you go.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
One that's
That was good.
we should have listener of the week. We should start doing that.
Listener.
We have some really loyal like people that listen to every episode.
That's true.
I don't think. Do we have enough?
We kind of do.
Yeah,
We recycle.
I can name a few.
like
Yeah.
three weeks in, we're like, and once again, listener of the week goes
It's
to Jimmy.
it's still just Darrien's cousins. All 82 of them.
Yeah, it's a big
I
family.
like that. And what is your favorite drink? Beer, whiskey, mixed drink? What's your favorite like go to?
Oh man, I'm a big beer guy. I love all these kinds of beers, and I have a friend who probably asked this question. I don't know.
Who are you thinking?
Ken.
Yeah.
Is it-
Yep. Mhm.
See, I knew it.
Yeah.
Look at this. I'm spot on. He's like nasty with beers and stuff. Like he knows his stuff. So that's like someone I'd love to like sit down. I mean, hopefully we could have him on because I was talking to him last week, but that's a tangent.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely beers. And when it comes to liquor, whiskey, I don't like tequila. Really don't like tequila.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love whiskey.
What type
Vodka's
of
okay.
What kind of whiskey do you like?
As in what brand or
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maker's Mark? I
Okay.
love Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark is good.
It's probably my favorite. Yeah, no, but I'm not. What's inside of margaritas? Is that tequila?
Tequila.
That's tequila.
Yeah, I tried margaritas, don't like them. I tried tequila straight up, don't like it. I like vodka.
Hmm.
Oh, vodka.
Yeah,
drink.
it's pretty much all I could think of. I don't know,
Okay.
but I love
Okay.
trying different beers, all the IPAs and all that cool stuff. Breweries have the coolest things.
All in moderation. Just
Yeah.
PSA,
Absolutely.
You know.
Drink responsibly.
Yeah.
Quarter bottle and I'm gone. I'm out of there, bud. We're not slipping up today.
This guy. Oh my goodness.
Another
About the
listener
conversation we had before we started recording.
Yeah.
Thank you for that question. Ken.
question. Next question. If you were gifted $500,000, what would you do with it and why?
$500,000.
I don't even see that one.
That's an awesome question because
I know,
it's
there's
like
too many
not,
questions here, man. I'm trying to
There
get
are,
through
like-
it.
it's
it's
not
like-
an unreasonable
I don't even know where it is.
amount.
We gotta add check boxes on this.
I know. Yeah, we definitely do.
Was that simple? Okay. If I had $500,000, I'd probably take out 3/4 of it. No, probably half. And invest. I'd probably get someone to help me
Very
because
smart.
I only know the basics of investing. I'm not like I like stock trading and stuff like that, but I'm not like I don't know the charts or how to read equations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have to have someone help me with that. And then the other half, I'd probably keep like a good amount of it for myself and my family, and then I'd donate a good portion of it.
2.
Yeah. Probably. What's a passion of mine? I don't know. Animal shelters are
Ping
cool.
pong.
Ping pong.
Our
Yeah.
our worldwide organization, jw.org.
Yeah. slash donate. Shameless plug.
Everybody watching the videos like,
Yeah. Where that 250 going? Huh?
He really thought about it for that long.
You know they're working on that new construction project. You know it. Yeah, obviously,
I'll take
30,
all the
40
money
bucks.
and man, go some like high class stuff.
Can
Yeah,
I hold a
that'd be
dollar?
awesome.
Extra
Dude.
left over.
Can I hold a dollar?
Yeah. Joe Rogan? For 20 grand, I'd take us to some like awesome Japanese
Right.
vacation with some like great hotel. Yeah, that'd be cool. 500,000 is an
$100,000.
awesome amount of money.
It's really all
actually
you
going off
like.
of that last point that you just made, and I'm gonna make a slight adjustment to it. It's a question if you had any plans to move to a different state, but I wanna broaden that a little bit.
Okay.
So where in the world would you move, excluding
Mm.
Japan, because we've already gone over that?
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what the living status is like in Japan anyway, so I'm not sure if I would want to live there.
It's very cramped.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I could see that.
You get a little space.
Yeah.
It's like a studio apartment.
Mhm.
Your
You know-
backyard is like a foot.
I'd like to go to Finland, Scotland, Denmark, that area. They're some of the happiest places in the world, but
That's mine.
they're also incredibly homogenous and there's not much diversity there. So like I don't think it would be as fun as living in somewhere in America. Because
Mhm.
whatever you think about America, it's very diverse. So
It's a melting pot.
You-
Yeah. So
exactly, you get a different lifestyle here than you get anywhere else. So I think that if I was to move anywhere in the world, it'd probably be there. But if I was to move anywhere in the United States, I like Connecticut, man. I'm not gonna lie. I used to want to move to North Carolina, South Carolina, but as I've gotten older, I don't know. I think
Seeing how
Connecticut
we
is the
handle this
spot.
pandemic.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've gone. I love South Carolina and North Carolina. They're both really nice states. I don't know if I would want. It's a different lifestyle though.
It's a vacation state for me.
I was just about to say that.
I couldn't live there.
Everything's coming from Connecticut, where everything is super close and it's 5 minutes to the nearest gas station. Going down there, where it's like 20 minutes to Walmart, 30 minutes to this. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we're an hour from New York, an hour from Boston, an hour from Philly, all this stuff.
Yeah. We're 4 hours from Philly, by the way. So.
We're an hour, 4 hours.
we're forced. big.
Yeah. Florida's pretty cool too,
I
and
don't-
they
I
killed it with
can't-
this pandemic stuff. So shout out to Florida.
I can't live in Florida.
No, I can't.
Too hot?
I'd go
I
mad.
well, for Kyler, it's too hot. I just don't like the Florida lifestyle. I don't know. It's just
Puerto Rico's another place too. Now that I think about it, I don't know. No, never mind. I don't want to live in Puerto Rico.
Mm-mm.
I would. The only thing
It's too
holding me
slow.
the only thing that holds me back from Puerto Rico is the healthcare system. It is terrible in Puerto Rico,
The whole island
and their
is
infrastructure is
That
really
is
bad
true.
too.
The corruption is rampant. The infrastructure is. I mean,
just feel
Hurricane
like I'd
Maria
be
knocked over
happier.
one light pole, and the island was without power for 6 months. Like they got a lot of work to do. Beautiful place, but
I just
don't
feel
know
like
about-
life in general, people are a little more happy. Just like you're out.
Well, yeah,
outside all
because
the time
everything
and-
shuts down at 8:00, and then you just sit on the
True.
balcony and play dominoes. and drink potato.
Raining.
That's lit.
That's life.
Yeah,
bro.
I like
That's
that.
life.
That's
dude.
awesome.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I can't do
Sorry,
that.
Puerto
I
Rico.
can't do that. I need busyness. I need to be moving.
Yeah.
I can't just sit there and
That's
do
why I
that.
think Connecticut's a
Have
good
some
mix of
banging
everything.
ice cream.
I think I could
Mm.
low key live in New
True.
York City. I like New York.
I could never. I would, bro.
Not me.
I'd go bald in
I'd
3
love
months
to
from
live
my
in New
stress. I would be yelling at everyone.
Karen would become the angry driver again.
Bro, that day on the subway with the guy who was clicking the
Oh
tickets,
my
that'd be
God.
24/7.
That wasn't even the subway.
Yo,
That was the
Mother
regular
bear for
train.
me.
Train.
Whatever. That'd be me 24/7.
Can we explain
to that?
My boy.
Would you like to explain this story? Can we explain this story?
So
Me or Darrien?
I mean, either one. I guess Darrien is his interview. He
Go
can-
Go ahead.
listen,
Darrien.
yeah.
Yeah.
so there was a
He's getting upset. I gotta take over.
I already know. Listen, I'll
Well,
wait to.
Darrien was actually already upset because of something we had.
That's what I
That's
was
what I'm
gonna get
saying.
into.
I wait to see if he omits that part or not, and then
No, I'm not gonna omit it.
That's fine.
Um,
We don't have to go into it, but yeah,
I'll make
it
it.
was a
quick.
long day.
Okay, yeah, it was a long day. They had me try to do this.
it was a dare. We dared you to do something, and didn't turn out
Yeah.
in your
Oh,
favor.
yeah.
The dare failed.
Yeah.
And I was slightly embarrassed, as anyone would be under those circumstances. Story for
Right,
another
right.
time. So And on top of that, we were walking in New York all day. Fun time, like really cool. I don't mind walking in New York.
But we dead tired.
But we were dead tired, and we're walking, and like 3 miles down the road, Wiley goes, "Oh, we were supposed to go the other way." And I was like, "All right." I was like, "Since when?"
Oh, that was because of my phone. That was because of my phone.
So
Yeah.
mad.
I was like, "Since when?" Maybe the last block. Now he's like 2 miles that way. I'm like, "Okay, maybe." I was like, maybe. Could have said it before. And I have the bladder the size of a walnut, so I had to use the bathroom. So I go into McDonald's, and New York bathrooms, you can't just go into them. You have to buy something. So I go to open the door, and the security guard is like mad rude. He's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "I use the bathroom." And he's like, "You buy anything?" And I'm like, "No, sir, I did not." And he's like, "Well, you can't use it." "Thank you for the information. I'll be on my way." he's like, "No, you can use it. Just next time buy something." I'm like, "I will not be here again, but thank you." I don't come here every day. Next time I'm on the McDonald's on 13th Street, I'll remember that. So we get to Grand Central anyway. I don't think I ever told you guys about that because obviously I was alone.
You did, but
I might have
forgot.
So
That's not the part of the story that I think of. Like,
That's 1,000,000% exactly verbatim how that conversation went, and I know for a fact.
The sarcasm and everything. Yep, 100%. Absolutely, because I like make them laugh. It's happy. So,
oh my god.
So we go back to Grand Central. We're there. We're getting on the train, and it's already late.
It's like 12 o'clock almost.
Yeah, and the guy comes around to click the tickets and all that, and we're getting ready to get off in 15, 20 minutes.
No,
and we heard
this was the beginning.
Yeah, correct me where I'm wrong.
This was the beginning of the thing, but we were with a friend who was getting off at a different station. So on the announcement, they said if you're getting off at this station, make sure by that time you're 2 cars behind or ahead.
Or towards the front.
Two cars to the front. And then, so we were all confused which way was front, because on the train, there's seating all over the place. Which way are they,
And trains move in 2 directions.
In 2 directions. So I'm like, is there a dedicated front to this, or is it just whatever?
My question was completely valid.
No, it was.
It really was.
We all wanted to know. So Kyler, the guy comes around and Kyler's like, "Hey, which way is the front of the train so we can get off there?" And the guy's like, What did he say to you, Kyler?
He said,
he was like,
if the train stops, which way are you gonna fall? And I was
no. He said I think he said.
He said if you fall, which way you're gonna go.
Are you sure it was that?
Yeah,
it was like a stupid riddle.
Yeah,
I could have sworn if you jumped off the train, which way would you go, or something? Yeah,
maybe something like that.
It was some stupid riddle. Yeah, it was just being a jerk.
Super
it's
sarcastic.
Like 12 o'clock in the morning,
and I remember,
and I'm tired, and I have a question for my friend.
I remember Darrien sitting right in front of me. We're in one of those two and two facing each other, right? Darrien's sitting right in front of me. Kyler's next to him, and then there's Joey. And then Darrien has his headphones in. He's done with life. He's like whatever.
Yeah, I was done with that.
But he hears this. He hears this sarcastic train conductor, and he pulls out his headphones.
The straw that broke the camel's back.
He goes, hold up. And
I'm just like, "Sir, I didn't ask you if I'm falling on the train, which way is gravity going to take me? I want to know if my friend has to get off at the next stop, is there a dedicated front, or is it the way that it's moving? Is that the front, or is that the front? Just point. Just point for me. Just tell me which way is the front. A quick little flick of the wrist, and I'll know. Justin, you have to get off.
No fue pa tanto, but
okay, yeah.
I'm
mad right now.
Simple question. It's a simple question. Answer it. And everybody on the train is looking at the ticket guy like, why would you even answer somebody so sarcastically? They're all on your side, Darrien. Everybody was confused.
He just mumbled. He was like, "Oh, it's that one."
He was like, "That's what I always tell people. Which way would you fall? That's what I always say."
It's a stupid thing to say. That's why you're a train conductor.
I was so shook. I dropped my soda on my pants.
All right, no es pa tanto tampoco. It wasn't all that.
I did. My soda fell on my pants.
Did you? Oh wow.
Didn't you wait at the bathroom in that train for 20 minutes because someone was blowing it up and you just
and he needed standing by the bathroom.
He needs to use it so bad.
I'm just standing there and waiting and waiting and waiting.
I remember watching you. We were all watching. Darrien was like, I bet you someone could cut Joey right now and go in and he'll be like, "Oh, okay."
Because it's happened before. We've been in Florida, and
it's not my interview yet.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. I gotta write that down. We'll get to that on Darrien.
We have to talk about Foot Locker.
Yeah, because that was you remember that kind of.
Anyway,
Anyway,
there's two different perspectives to that, but I go with what these guys said.
Oh my goodness.
it was pretty funny to watch. So that's the New
It's
York
fine.
train story. I don't remember
Oh,
how that
man.
tangent started. I don't remember what the question was, but
Where would you live?
Yeah, where
and we got
Why
to
do you
that.
said New York?
How did
Wow.
that start?
Okay.
Huh.
Anyway,
Oh man.
pretty good answer.
Okay. Ooh, that was good. That
How
was
many
good.
times have I cried today?
Let's go to a more serious note here.
Oh Lord.
Darrien, what are some goals that you have for yourself?
Oh man. My first goal is to pay off my car. I want to get it paid off as soon as possible. And then my next goal is have you guys seen the construction that they're doing at that new the new
Ebo?
Bethel spot in New York?
Is it you? It starts with an E.
I don't know
Yeah.
the name.
Dude, the last update that they did, they showed how everything is gonna look and all that in the apartments and whatnot. And it is like next level. They have their own power grid. They have solar panels that will take the energy and put it into batteries that can store the energy for the entire place for X amount of time and all that stuff. So I want to go there. Once my car is paid off and all that, and I don't have anything to worry about and I could save up, my money. I want to do that. I also want to travel too. So
We're once this whole pandemic is over and we're actually able to leave the
Exactly.
state, where's the first place you'd like to travel? This is not a listener question. It's just something I came up with now.
I love going to the Carolinas. Those are my favorite vacations to see my cousins down there. We have a good time. So probably there. I've never been outside the country. I went to Turks and Caicos once, but that was like, family vacation.
Mhm.
So that's different. So yeah,
That-
probably the Carolinas.
That is a question here. What has been
Yeah.
your favorite family vacation?
Favorite family vacation.
It'd probably be Turks and Caicos. That place is gorgeous. First of all, the place is so nice. Second, it was one of those like all expense paid, so you pay before and everything there is taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So the people
It was
down there,
resort?
yeah, it was a resort. It was a Sandals resort. The people are so nice. Like, won't take any tips. We do this, because that's the energy down there. We get paid from the company, and we want to take care of you and make sure you're having a good time. So it was amazing. Food was amazing. I was young, so obviously I didn't have any drinks or anything like that. I was like 14. My dad gave a talk in the congregation down there, so we got to see the brothers, and that was a really awesome experience too.
Is
Did
English
you
your
go
first
ahead and
language?
coordinate it?
Which question do I answer first?
Why these?
What was your question?
I
Ryan?
said, is English the first language down there?
I don't
No, it's
remember
Turks and
actually.
Caicos.
Yeah. Okay. I don't
Shut
think it's that.
They could have a
I
native, like a indigenous.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
think-
remember.
I'm sure it's probably like Creole or something like that. I
Well,
think.
Maybe I think it was the Spanish congregation there. I know that.
Oh, they have a
So-
Spanish hall. I thought your dad gave it in
Yeah.
English. Oh, wow. All right.
It's Caribbean, so I'm sure there was Spanish people,
Okay.
that they could do service to.
Mhm.
So there was that. And that same day that he gave the talk, they had a congregation picnic at the beach there, which was like super fun. Went to that.
That's awesome. At the beach?
Yeah, it was so cool.
Imagine.
So
In Puerto Rico,
That
they
was
do it in
probably-
the rivers.
yeah, dirty little. You got all the nasty pollution floating down.
So English. There's a lot of Haitian and Dominican immigrants, so
Okay.
Haitian
Asian.
Creole and Spanish.
Okay.
See?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
So yeah, that was definitely my favorite family vacation. I want to do it again.
Awesome.
Continuing
Yes,
this
sir.
serious note, what's a piece of advice that you wish you would have taken?
Well, when I was younger,
Or
Sure.
at any time,
Philosophical.
someone
Yeah.
may have given you an advice and you didn't take it, and maybe looking back on it, you're like, you know what, that was good advice. I should have.
oh man, I think the best piece of advice that I don't know if one that I haven't taken, but the best piece of advice that I've gotten was good advice is good advice. It doesn't always matter who it comes from. So it could be someone you don't like. And I remember this scenario and all that. It was, it could be someone giving you the piece of advice that you don't like, someone that is always wrong, someone that does stuff that you know they shouldn't do, someone that's a hypocrite, something like that. But at the end of the day, if what they're saying is true, take that and run with it, make yourself better. So yeah. And I'll tell you, it's not nothing crazy, but I'll tell you guys after.
Mhm.
But that was fun.
Facts.
It was
Not bad.
good advice right there.
That's not bad. I like that.
Put it on a t-shirt.
I'll ask one, Darren. We'll go into, again, another serious note. You're obviously, none of us support bullying here. All right. Anti-bullies. All right.
Very much.
And this question, it kind of hurt me a little bit, but we'll talk about it. How did you feel when you were called a Goya bean?
Well, thank you for bringing up that soft subject. I cried a lot. I'm a very emotional person, just in general. I cry for everything.
You really are?
That one, I was more scared. When I explained when I was called a Goya bean, did I explain the situation?
You
We found
picked
the
up, you
$20
found the
bill, all that
$20 bill. Yeah.
Yeah. So when he called me a Goya bean, I ran inside crying. It was a mix of me being,
A child, yes. You're young.
compared to a deep fried habitual, and also being in the wrong and causing this
fryer
big fight.
beans.
I don't know. What do you bake beans? What do you do? Put them in water?
You like boil it and you cook it. You don't
Boil
fry
beans?
it.
Nothing sounds right. They're just beans.
You cook it.
This cooks
Bake,
the umbrella.
bake.
Do you saute fried shrimp, baked shrimp, all of them? Okay. Anyway, I was right.
Continue.
So yeah, it was a mix of emotions there. I felt bad for getting all my cousins in trouble, and the cops had to come that day. It was a wild day.
The cops showed up?
Yeah.
I don't remember that part of the story.
Okay. Yeah, that story.
I can't indict anyone, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was a very traumatizing day.
Oh my God.
I'm looking at this question, and I'm very confused reading this question.
Oh yeah.
But I want you to read it. I want you to try to answer it to the best of your abilities. Knowing
Maybe I'll
you,
understand
Mike,
it.
Is it what I'm
person-
thinking it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read it to you. Now I need you to listen. Has you really been far even decided to use even go to look more like?
17 and a half, honestly. If I was to be real. It's just,
Thank you.
I read that out loud to Crystal. She was like, "Is it backwards?" I read it backwards, and I was like, "It's so much worse that way." It's just
that doesn't make any sense.
I've read it
I'm
so many
gonna-
times.
I think
I'm
someone had a
gonna-
stroke.
Would you like me to explain that one?
Yes,
Sure,
please.
please.
Is there an explanation for it?
Yeah. So it is.
Wait, is that Darrien? Was that because Darrien when he was trying to speak that one time?
Oh,
No,
is that
no,
Danny
no,
that wrote
no.
that?
Okay.
Oh.
It was Danny.
See?
And there's a YouTube video of it's like a commercial, but it's literally just that, like random words put together, and it makes no sense. But they're like words that you hear in like commercials. Like, has
Yeah.
you really been far more like, even though you love and love this product? Yes, hi. But like it's like random, and then in the commercial, random
that
things
link.
are happening. Yeah, I'll show you. It's hilarious.
Read the question again, Joey, please.
It's has you really been far even has decided to use even go to look more like?
You
Love
nailed
it.
that. That was good.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I'll
He
never
could've
do that
completely
again.
Butchered that, and you never
I know.
would have even realized.
Yeah, you could have said
Very
anything.
smooth.
Oh man. Are we good?
So that's lights out on the
What
Lipo
kind of-
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. Lights on the Lipo podcast.
Okay,
Darrien,
real quick.
thank you for your answers. Oh, go ahead. Actually,
Oh wait,
you know what?
cologne of the
Go
day.
to your cologne. Cologne of the day.
Oh, well, the cologne I'm wearing currently is John Barbados Artisan Pure. It's a very warm weather fragrance, Mandarin base, very light, doesn't last very long. You guys remember the
God's name
Mento
is a
fragrance?
Warm weather
Yeah.
fragrance.
Oh, remember the Skip and Rock? Yeah.
Oh, so fragrances you can.
Facts. He was.
I hate you, Joe. You're right. Fragrances you can divide them between seasons, weather, daytime, nighttime, all that stuff. And
There's
the more,
some- Yeah, there's some colognes
Nighttime
like
cologne.
yeah, the more you smell them, the more you know.
Mm.
Oh, this is a nighttime cologne. This is an office fragrance. This is a party fragrance. This is a, and I have
Yeah.
literally one for every situation.
For example, you know those like sweet colognes. That's something you don't want to wear in the summer. It just doesn't work out. You want to have
like
something
garbage?
that smells fresh and just like,
Well, if you wear one of those dense, very sweet colognes in the summer,
Mhm.
then when you're sweating and all that stuff, the oils from the fragrance don't disperse into the air like they normally should, and they'll just start getting all meshed together and it comes out like really dense and pungent. And not many. But the thing is that kind of stuff doesn't happen very often because, for one, not many people wear cologne as it is, and two, the ones who do don't like drench themselves in it to the point where it's like you're gonna smell that pungent whatever.
Unless you're OG Hispanic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're wearing like Dracar Noir, something like one of those crazy things. Look at this, dude. This is
The
the
lava
new-
lamp.
How awesome is this? It's the weirdest. I got
That
it in yesterday.
reminds me of the cone.
What?
The cone.
It looks dope though. It's not as weird
It
as the
does.
Mento.
Yeah, the Mento one is weird, but
It
at
It
least
looks like a lava lamp when you hold
Yeah.
it the other way.
it's
It looks like an icicle when you're holding it like that.
yeah, smells amazing. But it's like the weirdest bottle. It's so cool.
It
Looks like
reminds
a
me
cone
of
head.
the like the egg building in, was it London? It has like that egg shaped building.
Shard.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think I'm up
has-
to like. Go ahead, Joe.
I was gonna say D has one cola called By the Campfire. Or what is it? By the Fireplace.
Oh my goodness, by the
You
fireplace,
good,
dude.
Kyler? You good, Kyler?
I'm thinking back. I don't know which episode it was when he had that mental look at what he was like. How do you even stand it?
It sits on its own. All my other clones are stood up next to each other, and this one's on its own, being
Just
the
takes
off.
space.
No, by the fireplace smells amazing, dude. It,
It blew
literally
my-
smells.
Blew my mind.
It smells like campfire and marshmallows. Legitimately.
Ugh.
It's like
No,
that.
but it
It's
smells
so
actually.
nice.
It's like the
pretty
dinner party office episode where she's like, smell that candle. He's like, bonfire.
But you have to be really careful with it because it's very dense and sweet. So that's one.
Just a little spritz on your wrist, and that's it. That's all you need.
The smell of, or the artificial scent of marshmallows, it just makes, because there's a guy at my job who works in the office and he vapes walking down the main aisleway, and he has that marshmallow scented one. So it just, anytime I think of it, it just automatically irritates me.
Not gonna lie, those vapes smell kind of good.
Oh, I can't stand it.
Most of them
I want to punch someone in the throat.
Like I went to college when the vape hype started, and everywhere I went was people doing it.
I was big in like photography meets when everyone was vaping, and
I'm
it was
sure-
like,
yeah.
yeah, and, you
Big
could smell
trend.
all that, yeah,
That was bubblegum. Ooh. But
like the
I don't know.
strawberry ones and so. It smells
Dude,
Thank
we
you
were
for your
doing-
time today, Darrien.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's go. I was gonna go crazy.
That's Lights Out on Light Pole podcast. All right.
Thank you for your time today, Darrien. We appreciate getting to know you a little bit more. Wiley, would you like to add something?
Yeah. One more question.
Go ahead. Get yourself set up, D.
Sorry, this one came in like late, last minute. So,
Oh,
would you care to explain the fitness gram pacer test?
Oh yes.
I knew there was going to be something in there. I'm not even mad because I was expecting it.
Yeah.
There you go.
well,
What in the world?
All right, bye, D.
We didn't even
he just walked
excuse
off.
you. We didn't even excuse
I know,
you.
right?
It's just
We're
gone.
supposed to end the episode with us.
Such a diva.
Anyways, thanks for listening to this episode. We appreciate you guys. Follow us on all social media platforms. I will be the very last person to be interviewed.
That's right. Start
Make
sending
as many
in.
questions as you'd like. Darrien is like the only person that knows me pretty well. I don't
All right,
think
listen. That's
Kylie Wiley.
Kyler Wiley.
Thanks.
Kylie.
What,
Darren,
what were you-
I was gonna
He's just
say
walking on and off screen.
exactly like you said. Darren's pretty much the only person who knows you. You're sort of an enigma, and I'm pretty sure most people who listen and watch this podcast also would like to know more about you because you're not very outspoken. So send in those questions now, people. Hit us up in the DMs. I will post a photo like usual, where you can reply to it. And Darren's annoying the crap out of me.
You too. You just look so.
I want
face is so
to punch
punchable.
you in the face.
Thank you. Thank you.
Two people said it at the same time, so you know it's true.
Perfect.
oh Lord.
Okay. Anyway, back to you, Joey.
I'm sorry. I'm distracted by Darrien. It's
Yeah,
just-
facts.
I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it here. I'm
Just-
disgusted by that. You know, with that, that's Lights Out on the Late Light Pole Show.